Well, it's Friday, and it's Sci Fi Friday this week because we are talking about the brand new movie on Amazon Prime, Mark Antony. You, you don't want to miss this. It's going to be a good one. We'll be right back.
Previously on the Nerdy Ronin Network.
Hey, Squeaky, you know how expensive gas is these days? Well, guess what? I got gas the other day for $1.29. That's right, $1.29. Yeah, I was ecstatic. Yeah, it was at Taco Bell. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is doing great. I hope you've had a great week. And you know how it is. We're just a couple of short hours from the weekend. And generally speaking, we would be discussing a Kung Fu Friday right now. But we're not. Not today. Today it's Sci Fi Friday. That's right, because I watched a movie that happens to be sci-fi. It's brand new, and we gotta talk about it. Anyway, like and subscribe if you haven't already. That's right, subscribe and like. That lets me know that you're enjoying the content and lets me know that I'm on the right path and right direction for things you would like to see. So, please, take a moment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you always know when new videos drop here on the channel. Thank you. In the description down below are links to all the things we enjoy and appreciate or like. If they're not there, thenerdyronin.com is the place to be. It's not much, but the lights are on. Also, if you like coffee, like we all should, there's a really sweet discount code down below. You don't want to miss out on that. So, check it out. All right, let's talk about it today. Now, look, I had heard, I knew this movie was coming out, right? And this is Indian cinema not at its finest, but we'll talk about it. Mark Antony, 2023, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yes, that's a long time. Yes, that's the baseline for Indian cinema. Two gangsters, Mark and Antony, acquire a mobile phone that has the ability to time travel. That's like loosely correct. Directed by Adik Ravichandran, written by S.J. Arjun, Sabari Muthu, and the director I just named. Starring Vishal, S.J. Surya, Ritu Varma, Arkansas, y'all. Arkansas. Okay. Now look. Over the past year, I've probably watched over 40 movies that were specifically Indian cinema. There have been 2 movies out of that 40 that I had a problem with. Not necessarily a problem like, oh, it was awful. No, like, the first one was a great movie, and I'm not going to tell you the title in case I decide to review it later. It was a great movie, great story, great acting, but unlike most Indian cinema, the music sounded off-key. Generally, in Indian cinema, you have great musical numbers or musical songs that add to the song lyrics, add to the storyline, and helps you understand the thought process of some of the characters in the movie. Specifically, the love interest angle or aspect. And generally, no matter who you are, once these upbeat songs start playing, like you're like, oh, I want to dance. It's fantastic. Super upbeat, fun to listen to. Just great musical numbers. But in this one case, the songs were awful. That's all I can say is they literally sounded like they were off key, and I don't know what happened there. So it made that movie not as nice as it could have been. However, everything else about that movie was 100. It was fantastic. The story was great. The acting was great. Everything about it was great. And now here we have this movie, and I wasn't near as happy with it as I felt like it should have been. It's lacking. There were some questionable things about this movie that I didn't understand. The story was they fell into the Back to the Future trap. All right, Back to the Future, the trilogy Back to the Future is great sci-fi dealing with time travel. Yes, there are problems with it, but for the most part, they make rules and they stick with them. In my opinion, I know some people will disagree, but I love the Back to the Future trilogy. It's a fantastic trilogy. In this movie, it's all about time travel because a phone is created that can allow you to talk to somebody in the past to try to change time, by telling them, hey, don't do that or do this, And the story itself is about two gangsters, all right, and their children. So it entirely has to do with rowdies, which is the Indian cinema term for gangsters. They're rowdies. And there's a good rowdy who is only rowdy to stop bad people or worse people. And then there's a bad rowdy who's greedy and evil. All right? And time travel allows both it goes back and forth. So that sounds great. The trailer looked good. It looked exciting. It just seemed like it was going to be a fantastic movie. However, it was too convoluted. They made it too complex. Because of how long it is, at some point around the hour and 45 minute mark to the 2 hour mark, you're like, okay, this is starting to drag on. And how many times can you repeat this process before the movie is over with? And not only that, for whatever reason, there are a couple of characters in this movie who are men playing women. Like obvious men. Alright, so for that, I guess they're transgender. I don't know. It doesn't speak on it. It doesn't talk about it. But even one dance number is full of men dressed as women. And that's not a significant part of the story. It's not even an integral part or necessary part, and I've not seen that in any other Indian cinema. I am aware that there are some Indian cinema movies or shows that deal with transgender people, and that's fine, that's their business. But in this movie, it doesn't make any sense. And I don't know why they did it. It doesn't make sense with the story. It has nothing to do with the story. It just seemed unnecessary and kind of weird throughout the entire movie. It's not one of the main characters, but it's a secondary character that's always there. It's as they say in the movie, an uncle/aunt of one of the main characters. And I just don't understand. I don't understand why they put it there, and it didn't make any sense. And it was a distraction that was unnecessarily convoluting an already complicated and convoluted story. Now, the special effects were fine. The fights were great. The storyline, it's a great idea. But they did not pull it off as well as they could have. It was sorely lacking because they forgot the one main rule when you're doing time travel in a movie. Simple is better. Simple is what makes people understand it. Because not everybody wants to try to follow a complicated storyline if it's not necessary. And it can cause people to get halfway through your movie and be like, I'm done with this. I think I'll move on to something else. When you tell a simple, and this is what Marvel has forgotten in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with all the multiverse crap. When you convolute it and make it overly complicated, you lose viewers. That's just the way it is. So, this movie, I would say, is a good 70% for me. It was a fun one-time watch. It does not end in a simple way. It ends in a complicated way that makes it seem like they're considering doing a second one. And I, for one, won't be watching it. I enjoyed this movie for what it was. The two main characters playing the different people of themselves, their fathers, etc. That was normal Indian cinema stuff, and it was fantastic. It was fun, but I'm not in it for the long haul. I wanted to watch a one-off movie based on time travel. If they're thinking of doing a trilogy like Back to the Future, they made a mistake by making it too complicated for the normal viewer. So there you go. It has a high rating. People seem to enjoy it. I just have a couple of questions, and I've expressed them here. All right, but if you're looking for an interesting sci-fi movie, this may be right up your alley. Yes, you'll have to read subtitles. It's easy to watch on Prime, Amazon Prime. So give it a shot if you like sci-fi. Just ignore the uncle/aunt character and just try to keep up. But for me, it wasn't near as good as even regular Indian cinema, like sports ball Indian cinema, or something that's just a classic great storyline with great acting and great action. It was convoluted. So there you have it. And that's my review today on Sci Fi Friday. Once again, thanks for being here. And we will be back, of course, on Monday. And we look forward to seeing you all then. Thanks to all old subscribers and new subscribers alike. We're happy you're here. For Michael the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this big fat nerd. We'll see you on Monday.